and we have Hilton. It's Price, right, with a P, not
also,
a B, not a B.
Also
both
with a
P's.
Both
Double
P's.
PP.
PP.
Yeah, PP.
We have PP
Zampino,
on the couch tonight.
Zam Price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also Hillpin.
Hillpin.
Yeah. No.
You have some motels.
Yeah, I do. It's a chain of motels through the Midwest.
Yeah, you can't say.
We're staying at the Hilton.
Yeah.
It's not as nice.
They're all along I-35.
Yeah.
Did you say Hilton?
They're okay.
Sure.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by a famous game like Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. I've never played it, but boy, if they sponsor this show, I might give it a try. Hopefully. It really depends, Stefano, on what the contract says, like how long I have to play it. I've heard good things. Have you heard good things? Nobody cares about your opinion. Anyway, if you are sick of these fake ads, make sure that you reach out to people like Raid Shadow Legends and tell them to sponsor the show Unloading Meat, and they'll be replaced soon. Anyway, back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Unloading Meat. I am your host, Jared Ralphie Allen, and today on the couch, we have two guests. Two very, very glassed up, I guess we can say.
Yeah.
You're bespeckled?
Yeah, optometrists are making a dime off us.
Yeah, all three of us
yeah.
today. Yeah.
We are doing them right.
Please welcome the hosts of Opinions Like A-Holes, the longest running podcast in Oklahoma, correct?
Yeah, surely.
Until someone says otherwise.
Yeah.
We have the great Hilton Price, and we have Michael Zampino.
Hi, everybody.
And I did not butcher that name before we went live at all.
No.
Not
Nailed
at all.
it.
Not
I
at all.
also just realized that we have the antithesis facial hairs going on.
Oh yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you have what we lack,
Yeah.
and
Well,
vice versa.
Well, and you have what? Yeah, because I always talk about how like I can't grow the Hitler spot.
Oh,
That one just doesn't come in.
No, never. It never
Okay.
comes in right
You have
there.
the reverse Hitler.
I have
is
the
what you
reverse
have.
Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was good in art school.
Anti-Hitler.
I can watercolor like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Take that, bitch. People bought my paintings.
Learn to paint for real. Come on.
By the way, you what are we?
Orange
Are we PG, PG-13? What are we?
Yeah.
We are
Whatever.
NC-17
All right,
as long as
bet.
YouTube's okay.
Cool,
I mean, we
cool.
can show some nip. We're men.
Yeah.
That's allowed, right?
Hey,
it's allowed.
kids.
It's allowed for men to show nips.
When you upload to YouTube, you check that this is not for kids on that.
Allegedly.
Sure.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I'll
Nah.
know if my daughter sees it. She'll come running in quoting us.
Well, I have to watch out for that because my daughter knows my theme song.
Oh,
So,
right
like,
on.
Yeah, I mean, I have my own rap theme song for this, like the Unloading Meat theme, and so like she'll know it. I mean, it's on Spotify and stuff like that, so she knows it.
That's awesome.
I had the funniest thing happen though. We went to go get donuts this morning, and my Spotify's just on shuffle. And you know, sometimes like you have stuff on shuffle, and your kids are young. You don't think they're picking up on stuff,
No.
and like you don't think that they recognize certain songs. "Sophisticated Bitch" by Public Enemy came on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And immediately, like, we're getting through the hook, and I'm like, it's not on loud or anything like that. And I just hear him in the background going, "Sophisticated." And I'm like,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
whoa. How did you know this?
Well, that's on the Bluey soundtrack, too. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Damn you, Bluey.
yeah.
Damn
Bluey go hard, man.
He
I
does.
don't know if
He's
you know
got
that.
He's really into old school.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I just picture Bluey on one of the cardboard layouts, just, you know.
Yeah, doing
Just-
breakdancing.
just breakdancing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's from back in the day. A lot of people think that he's new to the scene. He's not. He was working underground forever.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a 90s B-boy.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was into producing for a minute. Yeah. He worked with Timbaland in the early days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Next, you're going to tell me the Wiggles were doing crystal meth.
I mean,
That's when they were called the Skiggles.
I wasn't there. I can't say like firsthand, but I've heard the stories.
They sobered up and they changed their name to the Wiggles.
The Wiggles was their second choice.
The Wiggles is what happens when the Teletubbies get meth.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Skiggles is what you get when you've been on meth for a long time and you can't keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Otherwise known as my neighbors. Welcome to Oklahoma.
Yeah, we are.
We deep in the Beeville. What up, y'all?
It was a trip getting here. Like we drove through some interesting parts of beautiful Northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, you start driving further north and you see more and more Trump 2024 signs.
Oh yeah. And a couple of Trump 2023s, which were weird. I don't.
Yeah, how'd you even get that one? You had that custom made.
I don't know what that goal is.
You went into a print shop and they were like, "Hey, never mind."
They had some fingers blown off in July 4th, so that's all. That's the highest they can count.
July 4th, January
24 is
6th,
the
whatever.
largest number.
Yeah.
20. Oh, well,
24 is the biggest number.
what about 26? But no,
something stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, it's true.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that came out of that was the someone took a clip of the girl saying they pushed me down and maced me and synced it with the Animaniacs theme.
We're Animaniacs, totally insane.
They pushed me down and maced me.
Animaniacs, those are the best.
And it was my favorite thing. I watched it over and over and over again. It was so good.
That's a good one.
I have one of those clips. It's so fucked up. Have you seen the clip? It's a little TikTok of a Santa that scares the little girl next. It's going to the song "Pumped Up Kicks."
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks better run faster than my boy.
Oh, now he's just chasing her. Oh, wow, she knows. That's a smart kid though.
I just love that there's a part. I just love that part where he just looks at the camera like, I know I'm about to fucking give her years of therapy. Like need years of therapy.
And just takes off after her, starts dipping around mom.
I like the I like the idea of some parents that were like, I don't want to have to tell my kid Santa's not real. What if we just make her terrified of Santa, and then she won't want to have Christmas
nothing
anymore?
to do with him. Oh man, yeah.
That was the skinniest Santa I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, he was kind of faking it. He had like a little like a
that was
pillow or
Dollar
something.
Tree Santa. Yeah.
That was like it was a felt beard for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he just got a part-time job at the Golden Corral. Like,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and not enough time eating at the Golden Corral,
No.
which is a shameful thing to say if you're already there.
yeah.
Like,
Did you ever
at
see those
least eat.
videos of those guys that like at Golden Corral like exposing like how they were like hiding the food from the health inspector?
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
God.
no, I don't. No, that's a video I don't even want to see.
Oh yeah, it went viral. He got fired.
of
Like
course.
you know those like big old like moving racks. You see them at Subway that have all the bread, like the sheet pans of bread and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
He was wheeling them out and they were putting them by the dumpsters behind the locked fences so that the health inspector wouldn't say that the stuff was expired and they still had it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the health inspector was away, they put it back into the Golden Corral.
After it was just sitting out there with flies
Yeah.
and shit. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all gross.
Yeah.
super
Gross,
gross.
super gross.
Yeah.
Today's episode brought to you by Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Golden Corral, come here. Come for the rack of ribs, stay for the diphtheria.
I mean, you can't pay me enough to touch that chocolate fountain. I'm just
No.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
can't.
no.
I can't remember the last time I ate there though. I mean, we're talking that had to have been years.
Yeah.
Oh, it was definitely before I got sober.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
closed
I-
the one in Bartlesville.
I was like, I have
Yeah.
not eaten that
They
one sober.
They closed the one in Bartlesville.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a financial loss for somebody.
yeah.
Somebody is sad about that.
Now it's a Japanese like
That was
sushi
the
place.
that was
Look
the
at
nice
y'all.
that was the nice restaurant.
Look at y'all, Bartlesville.
Bartlesville's starting to come up. We're finally getting a Whataburger,
A Whataburger?
Jimmy's egg. We're getting a
Jimmy's egg?
coming up in
Yeah.
the world.
Man.
like just like 2 years ago we got fucking
Moving on
what was
up
it, Chick-fil-A,
Bartlesville.
and we got Panda Express. They kind of come in like bundles.
They do. They come in small little packets. That's
Yep.
how it works.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
obsessed with Panda Express.
Oh yeah.
I could eat the
you
orange chicken like every day.
Me too.
Man,
I have a bottle
I-
of the sauce on my counter right there.
Same.
I've never had it. I've never had
Really?
the Panda Express.
Dude.
Yeah.
Let's go to Panda.
It's on
Oh,
the
sure
yeah.
is? All right.
Yeah, it's right on the way.
All right. Cool. Damn.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's it. You saw it live. That's how my world was opened up.
You have now listened to white people give it recommendations on Chinese food.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but that's
man.
kind of the thing.
Please subscribe.
Like when I do like eat like something like Chinese food, or Mexican food.
Yeah.
It's like I want to go to a place that's got some authenticity.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way. Like I
was
do
in
want
no rush.
I'm kind of I'm the same way, but it depends on the certain items. Like he was saying, the orange chicken they have at Panda Express is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it just tastes good. So like if you're craving orange chicken,
that's
it's good.
That's
Yeah.
the thing,
And it's
that's-
fast food and you can get it quick. I mean,
boom.
there are some Chinese places around here like I've gone to since I was a little kid, and they have like sesame chicken, one of my favorite things.
Yep.
But due to the economy and the prices going up, it's like $20 to get one entree over there now, just because it's a small business and they're trying. I'm like, I can't really afford that sometimes when it's compared to like Panda Express. I can get like a whole fucking meal for like $9 or something like that. Like, it's just sometimes it's not cost effective. Sometimes depending on how much food you get too. There's also a Chinese food you get a whole bunch to have like leftovers and shit like that too.
Orange chicken, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
We smoked a Jay before this, and now we're all.
I know. We're all.
That's how the hunger comes.
Yeah,
That's how the Hungry Games happen.
as you're nuzzling sting to your teat right now.
Yeah. How come you get to snuggle Sting? I want to.
I mean,
give me.
you can huggle Sting. Or
Thank you. Give me Sting.
I said huggle.
I'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
I still dress like the Crow, though.
Oh no! We got weird Christian.
Do you remember
Crow Sting.
when he very, very first did the turn and his makeup was literally the Crow?
Yeah,
the
it was-
first
wow.
like
Yep.
2 times, and then they were like, "You're gonna have to change that."
And you were just wishing that he was the one that got accidentally shot.
I know instead of poor Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Can,
then-
can people hear this?
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Come on now, Sting.
If you lay down and you hold down on him, you can pin him too. It'll do 1, 2,
This
3.
has got to be a really good shot for the camera.
Yeah, that's. Ooh,
He just threw up.
yeah, it's just
Yeah, I don't think Sting
All right,
approved
shut the
those.
fuck up,
you're
Sting.
making weird noises, Sting.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see Joker Sting?
He did that very briefly,
Yeah,
right?
like after Heath Ledger died, they're like, "Hey, we can have
maybe
we have a
just-
new thing of face paint we can do."
Oh wow.
And this 50-year-old
So-
wrestler's like, "Hey, let's put some Joker mask."
So
paint
for
on."
some context, Hilton, Sting for a very long time was blonde hair, like
Oh, yeah.
crop top,
Oh,
like
no.
neon.
Yeah, yeah. Before the transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared, and one day he just showed up in the rafters dressed like the Crow.
Yep. But then he did a Joker look as well. Joker Sting. Man. Oh wow. Oh, that is a choice. That is.
Now, Heavenly Father wouldn't approve of this.
Yeah. No. Earthly Father.
Yeah, it was no influence from Heath Ledger's Joker at all, right?
No, that is definitely not Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
TNA back in the day was weird.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
TNA was a wrestling company. I mean, now it's called Impact Wrestling. But
Oh, okay.
Wrestling is weird.
Yeah.
So he went over from there to AEW? Is he...
So Sting was WCW for a long time.
Right,
going out.
right.
Then he went to TNA because historically he would never go to WWE.
Right.
He never went to Vince.
Right.
Okay.
And then
Which props to him for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for the longest time was like he was always WCW's answer to Undertaker.
Where did he go after TNA? Impact?
He went to WWE for like 1 year and did like 2 matches. And his first match was at WrestleMania with Triple H, and they made him lose.
Fuck that. I would have been out the door that day,
They set
bro.
up Triple H versus Sting, and then they made it NWO versus DX for some reason, and then they had to put DX over because they're the WWE group. And
Vince
that's how they
McMahon
made it.
Sucks so bad.
And then like
Yeah.
Seth Rollins accidentally powerbombed into the corner and like almost retired him. And so he just quit WWE after like a year. Basically, they used him to get into the 2K games.
That fucking sucks.
Um,
So where is he now?
He's in AEW. And
That's what I
he's-
thought. Okay.
Now
okay.
he's teamed up with a guy named Darby Allin. I have his figures back there and stuff like that. But like AEW uses their veterans very well.
Yeah.
They don't use them and make them do these long matches, make them look like shit, and then put them out there. It's not,
things that they're not capable
Yeah.
of doing physically.
it's not like Mickey Rourke's the wrestler where they're just like they're getting juiced up and they're just going out there past their prime.
Like what they did with Ric Flair.
Yeah. Sting's used as a manager or a mentor to a younger guy who's kind of like a Surfer Sting. His name's Darby Allin.
Okay.
And occasionally, like 1 or 2 times a year, he'll do like a tag match where he's only doing limited spots.
Right.
And like he'll jive.
He's not trying to break a fucking hip.
No, like,
He
like,
old man.
he'll dive off the stage. He's diving off the stage, diving off the ladders and stuff, but he's doing them safely. And it's like, okay, he'll do 1 big spot a match, 1 match a year or 2 matches a year. And it's like, okay, he can do that
That's smart.
instead of
Yeah.
doing it 5 days a week at WWE.
Hilton, are you digging this?
Yeah, I was wondering, do you need me to talk to Jared about something that you don't know about so that you can take some time
So
and take the room
With the
in?
amount of time on our show that
No. I'm cool with it. I've
Okay.
been checking all the shit out, man.
Hilton, what did you grow up with?
What I'm do? I was a gamer. I was
What
a
games?
gamer. Nintendo, and then Sega, and then the TurboGrafx and Super Nintendo.
So we've listed
All
the
of the
systems.
above.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite game? Like, what games did you play on this Nintendo and stuff growing up? What were your favorites?
Man. I was a Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Was a Mega Man guy on Nintendo, and then on Super Nintendo, I got into the RPGs like Final Fantasy and then the action RPGs like Secret of Mana and
Nice.
Zelda, Legend of Zelda, of course.
Yeah.
So.
So you're probably gonna be like blasphemy and hate me. I've never played a Zelda.
Okay, no,
I've
that's,
never played
I
it.
don't,
The only Final Fantasy I've played was online because my friend forced me, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
yeah.
I
I
just
tried
never,
a fan of RPGs have never been for me really.
Me either.
Yeah.
Like it's just I wasn't raised with them. I had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and a Genesis, and then like I was more like the Mario stuff, and then
Yeah.
the game that this is a really good callback, but you can kind of see it part of the shelf. Do you remember Maximum Carnage,
Yeah, sure.
the video game? It was on Super Nintendo, it was on Genesis.
I remember the name, but I'm not remembering anything about the game.
It was a comic event.
it was a comic
too.
event. And then they basically, what do they call it? Not transferred, but they recreated it in the game.
Yeah, made a game.
Yeah, they made a game version of it, and it's really good. And you play as Spider-Man and Venom. I mean, it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I do remember that now.
And you're fighting
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was dope.
Yeah, and you'd have
That game
power ups
was
of
good.
like Cloak and Dagger would come out, Captain America.
Yes.
Fucking Blade, I think, is in that game for a little bit. Like, and Carnage is
really
a boss.
cool.
Yeah, and
That's right. You fought Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was that SNES?
SNES.
Yeah, and Genesis. Yeah.
And I always remember it too because remember those games back in the day that had the custom cartridges that were different colors.
Yep.
This one was bright red. It was like blood red for
Yep.
Carnage.
Yep.
And it had Carnage just leaping on it, and it was just this iconic, cartridge.
Yeah, that
There
had
was, like-
left my brain altogether. That's wild.
There was
And-
like 2 or 3 red cartridges. for
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo. There was Doom was another
Yep.
one that was red. And
I always remember VHSs did it too. Like I remember Good Burger had an orange one.
Okay.
Like the Nickelodeon movies had
Oh
orange
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And they would have the big puffy boxes.
Yeah.
Like Disney movies and stuff. Do you remember that? The
Those are
VHS?
collectible now.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Oh,
thing
yeah.
with those puffy cases. They got and of course now VHS collecting is become a thing.
Yeah, it's like the new vinyl.
Yep. But then even before all VHS got big, those Disney in those kind of
Yeah. The
bigger
puffy boxes,
cases.
yeah.
Yep. Those
Like
were
I
really
remember even
solid.
getting
Clamshells.
like.
Clamshells.
Remember Dennis the
exactly.
Menace was in one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then McDonald's for a while did the recreation of them, and they had Disney toys that were in those little VHS little clamshells or like little white
Oh,
boxes.
that's cool.
Have you seen those? They're like,
No.
but yeah, that's like kind of like those Disney white clamshells, but they're like this big, and they would have a Disney character like Aladdin or something inside of it, and it was for like the Disney 25th anniversary or something like that.
I feel like I remember that style of container being used.
You'll see them at
in
vintage stock a
other
lot.
Instances,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Man.
I miss the days of McDonald's having good toys.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, I guess I can't say I've bought one in a while. So are they no good anymore?
Well,
No,
they suck.
I get them all the time,
Do
and they're
you? They're crap.
Yeah.
Man,
we're trying to collect the Marvel ones because so McDonald's now does it like it's fucking StockX or it's fucking exclusive drops on
wait.
stuff.
Oh God.
So like
yeah.
the Marvel toys that we're trying to collect, for the new
Yeah.
Marvel movie,
Uh-huh.
they do one drop a week of one of the random the figures, and then they'll sell out quick. Like people will go there and get like, I want 10 Happy Meals, and they'll just grab them all.
Oh God.
And then they sell them on eBay and Mercari and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like every week you have to go to McDonald's and try to get a Happy Meal, and you might get the new toy.
I couldn't imagine pulling into a McDonald's and be like, I need 10 Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the day? Is it okay to say?
I don't know what day.
damn.
I don't know either. I just know that I DoorDash.
Yeah, don't blow up his fucking spot.
No, but if you in the comments, viewers, man, in the comments, let us know. Help us on the McDonald's game.
Well, I was pissed because like I went and DoorDash a couple nights ago.
Crowdfund these toys.
Yeah, no, just help. I just want a cool.
Help Jared get these toys.
Yes, sir.
I just
A friend in need.
we gotta
Yeah.
pimp out
A friend
the
with
room,
weed's
man.
a friend indeed.
Exactly.
Friend with weed is better. That's right.
Here's the thing, man. You need a few accessories to decorate.
We do.
That's- you
It's called divorce.
We need more stuff.
you need stuff.
Gotta have more stuff.
Yeah.
I just like I love my Transformers. Marvel's
Listen,
my big thing.
As a guy who's got like 200 Funko Pops, I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say shit.
a lot of my Funkos are in there, and then
saw
like,
it.
a lot of them are in that storage room back there. I have a lot of the stuff. Just
Nice.
I have no room for it still.
That's why we haven't done the cameras yet on our show. Is because we we know that we will just get a deluge of viewer letters that are like WTF the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be like, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
I used to be sponsored by Funko.
Yeah. His actual Zampino is not actually, that's a stage name. His real name is Michael Funko.
Michael Funko.
Michael Funko.
Yeah, creator of Funko.
Yeah, which is weird because I'm Hilton Pop, but no relation to the company.
It's
at
also
all.
weird because I have none of the money.
Yeah, still broke. It's
Where's
weird.
my dollars?
Weirdest thing. The weirdest thing.
Yeah. Ah, damn. Just a clerical error.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It better be.
I'm expecting a lot of back pay.
Yeah. I'm also wanting to comment, like, not only do we have radically different facial hair, but also
Yeah. I really
like all three of us have like it's like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears kind of shit. It's like,
Progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Or regression, depending on which way you start.
That's true. Yeah, this could be like a gradient.
Before, middle, end.
I'm like that picture of Jared holding up his pants before at Subway.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really kind of just a circle because, like, you born, right?
Yeah.
And then
I'm born.
and then it starts
Okay.
coming in,
Okay.
and then right,
Yeah,
and then it
okay.
comes back. You start losing it a little bit,
Okay.
and then you
Yeah,
end
back
up
down to
that
me.
way.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Okay. and then what? Death. Yeah.
Well, obvious.
Spoiler
I
alert.
didn't want to say it and bum
Jeez,
everybody
hell yeah! Way to
out.
bum everybody down on Unloading Meat.
I don't want to. I just want to be clear here. Like the next step would be a skeleton.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Wrong.
Oh. No, I don't think I am.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. And I know you're probably wondering, thinking to yourself, man, this ad break looks and sounds an awful lot like the other one, but without the hat. And you know what? You're a little right. But you're also forgetting that I changed glasses. Nice. Anyway, if you're tired of these fake ads, reach out to your favorite companies like Raid Shadow Legends. Tell them to sponsor this podcast Unloading Meat, and we'll get back to the show. So, guys, we're back with the great Hilton Price and Michael Zampino from Opinions Like A-Holes.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think it's time now that we have your questions, guys.
Guess questions. Hello, motherfucker.
Ooh.
So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Do you think Donald Trump will see a day in prison?
That's a good question.
I think you need to be very loose with the term prison.
Jail?
Possibly.
For talking shit before the trial?
I mean, I'm just going to say resort-like cell.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, that would possibly be what I would think would happen.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's where I'll go for that.
Fair enough.
Like, maybe they can give him an ankle monitor and he can go to Mar-a-Lago and just stay there for a fucking couple of years.
Mar-a-Lardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just hold out all his days on
He's
house
going to be the
arrest,
one
whatever.
prisoner that instead of fucking pumping iron and doing basketball, he's on the golf course.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
With his dumpy ass fucking golf pants that look like he's wearing a diaper.
With an ankle monitor.
Did you see
but
that?
Not on his ankle.
Like,
Yeah. It looks
I'm
like
not convinced. And this is, look, no, getting old sucks, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that in those pictures of him, he's wearing Depends while he plays
well.
golf.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean, which maybe that's a thing, and that's fine. And,
Do you remember the
I don't know. It's
SNL skit back in the day called "Oops, I Crap My Pants"?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what it reminds me of when they're playing tennis and you see them
Yeah.
like loaded up.
Yeah.
Thanks, oops, I crap my pants.
Visit your local pharmacist and just say, "Oops, I crap my pants" from Procter & Gamble.
Yep, it's exactly what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Good question though,
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Hilton. Do you have one?
A question? Yeah. I do. Let me. Okay. Can you guess how many dead armadillos we saw on the way here
7.
today? 7. That's bold. No, it's not 7.
Oh.
It wasn't quite 7.
No.
3.
It was 3.
It was 3.
Oh! It was 3.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30.
3 dead armadillos.
Which leads me to a follow-up question.
Okay.
Have you ever seen an alive armadillo?
Yes.
Oh.
We have never. I don't think I have ever. I have only seen dead armadillos.
I have an armadillo story that's pretty fucked up.
So many dead armadillos.
So many.
Did you know that they can jump really, really high?
No, not
No.
the ones
Super
that I've
high, like
seen.
straight up.
The ones that I've seen can barely stand.
I was
Okay.
gonna say they really suck at crossing the road.
Oh, so
they
bad.
clearly can't jump over cars.
So bad at that.
Okay, so I am not condoning this at all. I'm
No.
just going to retell the story because this is there's a part of animal cruelty in it. I will say.
Oh God.
There was an armadillo. We were parked at like this like old school Homeland back in the day,
I remember Homeland.
and that armadillo went underneath this kid's car and would not come out, and it was just
That's-
underneath there.
That's not conducive.
He popped his trunk and pulled his paintball gun out and started shooting it under the trunk or
That's
underneath the
not
car.
nice.
Ooh, name him. We want names.
I don't even remember his.
Oh, you lucky bastard. You got off easy. If you know who he is, write the show.
He was in Bardesville School. I don't remember his name. I went to Dewey.
Info
Anyway,
at UnloadingMeat.com.
He shot underneath his car, and the armadillo took off, and it had like blue little paintballs on it. And it like when he shot it, it would go straight up, and the thing could jump like 2 feet straight up. Like it was
That's
just
wild.
jump.
That's
I would love to see that.
That was funny.
Like
a
it took
vertical like
off
that.
across the parking lot.
he could be recruited. I mean, that's a lot of.
Yeah, like yeah.
This armadillo's got a great vertical jump, but his 40 times sucks shit.
Like in the draft, what?
Yeah, in
Like,
the combine. At the combine, he did really well in the vertical jump, but his 40 times sucked.
It's a shame.
He's going like a 5'2", 40.
If he just had maybe a personal coach for like a season, I think he could overcome that.
Yeah, I mean, really, he could really improve his draft status.
I think there's a good chance that he could be picked up in maybe not
he
the
could
first
go.
round.
He could go
Not
mid
first
second round.
Mid second round. That's really
Mid-second
good.
round if he really
I
can
would have said that.
Well, can he shoot a three? Is the question.
Of course
UConn
he
ain't
can shoot
looking.
a three.
UConn's not looking at him if he can't shoot a three.
Would you? I don't know entirely what I'm saying.
You know what? You did really good though.
Thank you.
It's-
It felt good.
It sounded like you knew what the fuck you were talking
Did it?
about.
It felt really good.
Yeah.
It felt like I was picking just the right nouns to go.
How
in
high
the
will an
slots.
armadillo jump when frightened?
That's a font like Star Wars.
Yeah,
Is this bitch hunting an armadillo?
it looks like it.
No,
I mean,
you're supposed to be in your car along a highway.
Yeah, good job wearing camo so the armadillo won't see you.
his name is John Cena.
Can't see me.
Well,
They can jump, man. They can jump high.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
You give him a little bounce.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
but that was just boom.
Chasing him away like an
You
asshole.
spooked him. Why
Yeah,
do you
like-
think it was gonna happen?
These things.
This guy sucks at hunting armadillos. This cameraman is like.
Yeah, this guy's
2
like,
feet
these are my
away.
fucking leaves.
This guy here is 2 feet away from him.
I've never noticed how much when they're alive they look like a big ass roly poly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
The
I
armor
don't
on
see
the
him a
tail
lot
of
of
it
the
is
time.
impressive.
Is because I think, oh, bugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rat bug.
They're
It's a
they're
big
not
old
cute
boy.
like Digimon. Have you seen Armadillomon in Digimon?
No.
I bet
Oh.
that's adorable.
It's adorable.
I
He's
don't
yellow.
watch enough Digimon.
I'm rewatching it with my 6-year-old.
That's nice.
I watched it back in the day, the original. I was never big into anime, but
Yeah.
Saban and like Fox Kids, like Power Rangers, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
They also
you
imported-
they represented here.
Yeah, Saban and Fox Kids imported Digimon back in the day too, in the year 2000.
Okay.
And I watched that one in season 2, and
Were you a Pokemon guy as well?
Nah,
No.
wasn't
Okay.
a Pokemon guy.
Okay.
Digimon was just better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Pokemon was always about like we gotta battle, and Digimon's like, okay, we're gonna learn life lessons about death, about being adopted, about all this other stuff, and like you're gonna have a
Digimon
companion.
was deep, huh?
Yeah,
Digimon was deep.
Damn.
Emo Pokemon.
Yeah.
Emokemon.
Pokemon.
And like they're like bonding with their partners, and they're, each one's learning about like
partners, huh?
strength, curiosity, courage, and all that stuff. Each one has like these little different lessons and stuff like that.
That's
is some-
awesome.
Yeah, that's some.
And it's still going.
Good
like
for you, Digimon.
I didn't realize that the original cast is still going. They have like 7 or 8 movies. Like
Okay.
Japan's still making them and pumping them out, and they're dubbing them for English, and like they're available on Peacock,
Man.
and they're still continuing that same story from the year 2000.
Let me dub some of that shit. Hire me.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
fucking good. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, we'll do voice work for them.
Yeah, I would
I'll
love
do
to
a Digimon. I want it to be specifically an electric Digimon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The only thing fucked up about Digimon is like they're not. Pokemon has an advantage as far as what their.
Digimon, was that the little keychain things?
Yeah,
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
yeah. Pokemon has the advantage on the evolutions. They make more sense. Like if you see like Pikachu, it's like okay, that one goes to Raichu, and they kind of both just look like electric, like little hedgehogs or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Digimon's like okay, you're gonna be a purple blob, then you're gonna be a dinosaur, then you're gonna be a robot dinosaur, then you might be a Gundam. I don't know.
Gundam, yeah,
like it's just like the evolutions don't make sense.
Actually, that kind of makes more sense to me. We
Okay.
evolved from a blob to a living being, and then we get more and more mechanical and computerized until eventually we're all robots.
I did not come from a blob. That is fucking weird.
Oh, sorry. The Lord God put blobs on the earth.
Thank you.
Sorry, fully formed man popped out of nowhere.
Fully formed man created by Lord God Blob.
By our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Now, wait. Whoa. No, I said nothing about that Jewish hippie.
Never trust a hippie.
Yeah.
Never trust a hippie.
No,
Yeah.
come on now.
Even though I kind of look like.
Hilton, would you consider yourself hippie adjacent because of your love of fish?
Yeah. No. I am of the hippie clan.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I have a car. Oh
We
God.
can turn that back down.
your looks and personality are so.
I'm not I don't. You wouldn't know it to me.
Yeah, you don't dress like a hippie. You don't.
I have a job. I don't smell like patchouli.
You can't have dreads.
Yeah. No, I mean, fuck you. I could.
A wig.
Like back here.
Yo, that would actually be. You should do that.
Just do back
yeah,
here dreads.
Have like
Oh yeah,
a cul-de-sac with dreads. Just
No,
dude, that'd be amazing.
Nobody wants that. No, that's not. I've met that man on tour.
I was gonna say that's kind of how Keith Morris from the Circle Jerks looks now.
You got to understand. Like I've seen.
That's why he
enough,
always wears that same shitty hat.
You asked about fish. I've seen fish enough times that I've met enough people that look like that. That I know that is not the choice to make.
Enough wooks.
You know the thing about seeing fish, you can see them once or you can see them multiple times. It's still fish.
Yeah. That's
because plural.
That's
how fish works.
Yeah. That's okay.
Fishes.
Fishes.
I love the fishes because they're so delicious. God, I love fishes. See, man, that's how powerful jingles are.
Yeah.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I miss good jingles.
Well, that's because that's the nice thing about not having to see commercials is not having to deal with jingles.
Yeah.
So
I have a weird.
Oh, wrong
Oh,
one.
God.
Oops.
I have a weird love-hate
I have
thing
time
with,
to think
with
about it.
commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think I hate them. Then I find myself watching like hours of commercials from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
on
YouTube, like the compilations.
Fucking love that
The
shit.
fucking member berries, man.
It's just it's just such a like nostalgia drug.
Still going.
Yeah.
Still going.
Are you do you guys do the YouTube Premium?
I don't. So my personal account, my original YouTube account, which I'm not gonna put out here on my stuff, I had it back in the day before YouTube was even owned by Google.
Oh wow.
And so for some reason, I'm grandfathered in where I have no commercials on any of it, and I've never had premium.
Damn. Oh, that's cool.
So on my
Yeah, I
TV
do
over
get
there,
annoyed whenever my old commercials get interrupted by a new commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
I
for
don't want to see the shit.
For some reason, that account has never had any kind of accounts or anything like that, and or any ads. So I just have it on everything as far as my personal.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna change it or anything.
I mean, if it ain't broke.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's kind of like when I used to work at AT&T or something like that, and you'd have a customer come in like, I'm grandfathered on my unlimited data plan. I ain't changing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how I am on this. I ain't getting ads on YouTube ever.
Yeah, I've done the premium for several years.
Really?
now, and that's solid. That's the one service. If I had canceled every streaming service, that would be the last to go.
I tried it for a bit, like mostly because I'm a big wrestling guy. So I'm wrestling gay too, but I'm bisexual. But wrestling gay, I guess that is bisexual. I don't know. There's a joke there somewhere.
Most of the wrestling gays are bisexual.
That's
they just
true.
don't know it yet.
That's true.
It's cool. We all appreciate the work they're doing.
Oh,
To
everybody-
help us all slowly come out. So,
Yeah. Baby oil tights and wrestling for a fucking belt.
Yeah.
you know,
Anyway,
it awoke feelings in me. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying, like, it's theater with more aggressive action.
Yeah. Huh?
It's just wrestling is just theater nerds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They all want to be actors.
Yeah, it's theater nerds with a Stone Cold What t-shirt.
Oh man, Did we talk about when you were on? Was it the day we talked about how they're trying to recruit Hulk Hogan into Scientology?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, his new fiance is like a second-gen Scientologist.
No shit.
So yeah, they're like sending Tom Cruise to hang out with him and shit. Like,
I saw him on Theo Vaughn. The other
Oh,
day.
for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
Hulk Hogan
I
was
want-
on there for. It was weird.
I bet they made Theo sign an NDA.
Oh, I bet so. It was
They're
very.
like, don't
like,
ask him about his fiance and her.
It was
and her-
very like Theo
shit.
being a fan, like, "Hey Hulk, I think you're great."
Yeah.
And Hulk's like,
Wow.
"Yeah, brother,
I
I'm gonna
am
talk
great.
about this."
I'm not racist at all.
No, it was very. You could tell that they had a pre-interview.
Shouldn't he know that sushi?
He is clearly on an image cleaning tour.
Yeah.
Right now. Like,
Well, except for his. I always love that. I love that. Nothing against like cannabis or edibles or anything like that.
no,
but
most
like-
things for them, to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
But I always loved that they're the guy that was always like, say your prayers, eat your vitamin, or
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Is now launching his own. What kind of line is he doing? It's not weed. Is it psychedelics? Or what is he doing? He's doing some kind of.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, is he doing like an omega? What is it?
He did.
Omega 8,
Delta 8.
Delta 8. That's what it is. The Delta 8, which is like weed. It's weed-esque, weedish.
Hogan's new health and wellness brand will include functional mushrooms, CBD, and THC.
God damn, functional mushrooms.
Yeah,
Going in deep, Terry.
new wellness
That's
brand.
like the like reishi and the lion's mane, and it's not like psilocybin.
Oh, it's not okay. Okay,
Oh.
functional, not psychedelic.
His brand will be part of the Karma
What the fuck
Co.
does that mean then?
Holdco. So Ric Flair has his Ric Flair drip,
Woo!
which is his cannabis line, his
Yeah,
edibles. So this is Hulk Hogan joining that, and it's going to be cannabis and mushrooms. I just love it that he's going to be selling shrooms. Like,
Any kind of shrooms.
yeah,
L. Ron Hubbard doesn't give a fuck as long as you're pulling in money.
yeah, just make Battlefield Earth 2.
Yeah,
Where's Shelly, Terry?
Oh,
Where's
it's a
Shelley?
good question.
Where's Shelly, Terry?
If Terry Bollea can find out,
Terry can find Shelly. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
is to investigate. He's on the case.
Going in undercover to find Shelly Miscavige.
Detective Hulk Hogan.
and then nobody talks about his son killing that guy in the car crash either.
Nope.
What?
Yeah, his son.
Oh, never mind.
Is
Never-
this- is
never
he
mind.
still in jail?
Shelly's not going to be found this way.
No,
This is
no.
not a-
I don't
this is
think
not
Nick's
a path.
in jail. I think they
He
got
went,
out.
right?
Did he go to jail? I don't remember.
I thought he did.
He went out of control.
Was
like a
it
Corvette or
Nick?
something like that. Nick Hogan
Nick
Yep.
Hogan.
or Nick Bolea.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, allegedly went out of control, went fast on a Corvette or whatever, and the guy was in the passenger seat and he killed the passenger.
Oh, yeah. I guess so. Brooke Hogan. Did she take his name when she was famous? When she Brooke
I mean,
Hogan?
she
had that one
uses it
single.
as his, but I think their legal name is still Bollea.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte Flair's real name is like Ashley Fleer.
Yeah. All of them have different weird names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though too when the wrestlers leave WWE and they can't use their names. Like that always pisses me off sometimes. I get it's copyrighted and stuff like that, but it's like they own the characters.
Titan Entertainment.
So like Sasha Banks left last year and she can't use that name, so now she's Mercedes Moné when she goes international.
That's
Like-
very different.
Yeah.
I think she should have done something similar, like Masha Banks.
Well, I mean, she's in the fucking Mandalorian, and like they didn't even promote that really. Like,
No, really?
Let's talk about punishment gimmicks.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
How Vince McMahon would like get mad at a wrestler, and then like my favorite example is the Red Rooster.
Oh fuck.
What's this?
What was his name?
Terry Gordy?
Yeah,
Terry
I
Gordy?
think
No,
that's right. No,
Or,
Like Barry Gordy?
God damn it! Who is the fucking?
I was like, I don't have my phone on me. So anyway, this guy always had like just kind of a regular like I go by my name, like didn't have much of a
Terry Taylor.
Terry Taylor didn't have much of like a gimmick per se. They might have given him. Jesus Christ, brother!
You pinned him. Yeah, throw him over there. Just throw him over.
Shut up, Sting. Anyway, I don't remember what happened, but I guess Vince got mad at him for some such shit. And then the next time you see him, he's coming out with like a red faux hawk with his regular blonde long hair.
Yeah.
And there you go. And he's now the
good God.
Red Rooster.
They called him the Red Rooster and made him just walk around like that.
And they made him like, walk around and be
strut,
like,
Oh, my God.
yeah.
yeah.
There's a fate worse than death, essentially.
Yeah, there's just several times where it's just like we're gonna make. Remember, I don't know if you know who FTR is, the tag team. They were the Revival.
Who's the-
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day.
Okay.
There was like these guys are a serious tag team, like they're an old school, like they're a throwback team, like from the '80s and stuff like that kind of team. Vince put them on Raw. Let's have each other shaving each other's backs in the shower. Haha, this is funny, guys.
Oh, wow.
And they're like soaping each other up and shit and stuff like that. And the other
Vince
tag
is
team's
so
like
homophobic.
and it's just like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is at the same time he owned the what was it, the World Bodybuilding Federation? Remember that WBF back in the day?
Yep.
Like he had a spinoff.
No,
from
he's
the
obsessed with big beefy boys.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Like Vince's whole thing was just like bigger muscles, bigger boys.
And he had to be like 6'5".
Make those boys bigger. Make a bigger boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger boy.
How big a boy can I make you?
Pretty big.
Yeah.
There's some pretty big boys.
We don't care if you can wrestle or anything. If you're like 7 foot tall, you're gonna be fucking.
Yeah,
star.
he's gonna make it till you pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw that fucking guy on the longest
Big
yard, the Great Khali. Remember that?
Yes. Guy was like fucking 7'5".
Yeah, he's like from fucking Punjab, India, and like Vince saw him in the Adam Sandler movie, The Longest Yard. It's like, we gotta hire that dude.
Oh, wow.
He can barely walk. Like, and you're gonna make him the world champion? Like, he can barely take a bump. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
7'5".
wasn't- yeah, he's
I-
not physically capable of doing the stuff. He's just giant.
Yeah.
Also, I think a lot of them are taking the bump in WWE. Yeah, I think taking-
Oh, the cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Terry, talking about
I got
the
your drug
cocaine.
joke. I'm hip. I got the drug joke.
Speaking of hip, you do look like a hip Andy Richter right now.
Oh, thanks. I'll take that.
Andy Hipter.
Andy Hipter.
Yay.
Yeah.
I hope to be as funny as Andy Richter.
Andy Hipster.
Yeah.
That guy's
I like
hilarious.
Andy.
Yeah.
I love him.
What is on the shirt? I'm just
Little
cassettes?
cassette tapes.
Nice.
I was a cassette tape boy for a long, long time.
Oh, they say
Nice.
summer mix, or some of them say summer mix. On
Mm-hmm.
them. That's pretty cool.
That's adorbs.
Yeah.
I was a mixtape boy for a long time too. Yeah, I didn't have a CD player until like 95 or 96 or
Oh,
something.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
late. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
late.
we were poor.
deep into the CD
Yeah.
revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it,
No.
and the first one we got was a real piece of shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It really sucked, and it stayed in my mom's room because it was expensive, and she was like, "No, this is our stereo," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "But there's a CD player," and so I'd like buy CDs, and I'd like go in her room when they weren't there and like rock out to fucking In Utero.
Remember going like to the store and getting singles?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
cause singles, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time buying CDs. You know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
The idea of going to the store and getting them. Just the idea of that transition period where you suddenly had a new medium. There was a different shape, and it was
Yeah.
it looked a little different, and it played a little different, and you know, you couldn't not kind of categorize it a little differently in your mind. You know,
Yeah.
was this better? You know.
What was the mail order CD thing?
Oh, like Columbia.
the
Columbia. That's where I got my first CDs from.
Really?
House?
Yeah.
You get like 13 for $1 or
Yeah,
whatever.
my first CDs came from Columbia.
Oh
House.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And I bet that was cool. I bet
It was such a weird mix because it was like "And Out Come the Wolves" by Rancid. It was like "Sailing the Seas of Cheese" by Primus.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was like grunge and hip hop, and it was all over the place.
Yeah.
I always remember those like compilations, but like even later they had like the compilations of the one hit wonders and stuff like that you'd hear late night on like infomercials.
Yep.
Like just like the like the one hit wonders from the 80s or something like that or 90s.
I loved like all the
Listerine.
the 90s punk labels that would put out their like sampler mix albums. Like Fat Records used to do them. There would be like fat
yeah.
music for fat people, Life in the Fat Lane. Punkorama was a big one that Epitaph did. And then like Tim Armstrong's label had Give 'Em the Boot. That was a good one. If you're an old punker out there and you didn't know about those, go look those up, man. It's good stuff.
I remember when System of a Down had Steal This Album and it looked like shit and people
Yeah.
actually literally stole the album from all the fucking stores. Do you remember that?
They made it look like it was like a burnt CD.
Yeah, it was just a white CD with a Sharpie on it, like steal
Yeah.
this album. And people literally stole them nationwide.
I remember in the 80s when Dead Kennedys put out I think it was In God We Trust Incorporated, and they had the cassette tape. It was a super short album, so it fit on one side. So on the back it was like, we left this side of the tape blank so you can help destroy record company profits. Something along those lines. It was basically like, we left this side blank so you can help fuck over the record labels. I was like, that's dope.
I miss stuff like that. We don't get that now in digital.
No,
We don't get
sure
any of that
don't.
shit.
don't get the liner notes. I miss like opening liner
Yeah.
notes, like sitting there listening to the album the first time and reading the lyrics along.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I like anytime someone will go the extra yard and still create those documents, even if it's like, you know, that not everyone would really be able to print them out or put them to proper use. You know?
Or the people that still put them on vinyl and they have them like you can see them like the inserts and stuff like that.
And the companies that'll take the time to put together, you know, physical sets of things that only have digital existences. You know, companies like Limited Run Games, for example.
Yeah, I mean, going back to gaming, there was some kind of report. I think IGN had it like a month ago, like. Something about like 70% of like the PS3 or something like that generation is unplayable or something like that. Like on digital now, like you can't play it like you can't download it digitally or find it anywhere.
Something like 87% of like all games ever are like now you can't get them.
Yeah,
wow.
You know, and it's
like there's no historical like. I mean, they're trying to be like the Smithsonian starting to document games and like Super Mario's in there, like Sonic and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's sites like archive.org that do a really good job in preserving everything they can get their hands on. But the key word there is get their hands on. You know? Too much stuff just fades.
It's already gone.
Well, we talked about. I mean, this will be like a month or two from now, but like Red Dead Redemption is finally coming to PS4 or PS5 and Switch.
Yeah,
the original, like not two, the original one from PS3. And it's $50 just to get from the PS3 port to PS4.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Rockstar's like, well, we feel justified by that price due to today's economic landscape stuff, and like they got to pay for the port
remaster.
Which and
are they like jumping up the graphics and stuff?
It looks pretty much the same, and it doesn't even have multiplayer.
Wow.
It has Undead Nightmare, but it's not gonna have multiplayer, which was a big thing in the first Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. It's cool to play it, but I'm not gonna buy it for $50 just for a port. And like the last ports that they did for the GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were fucking horrible.
That's a really good point. Those got a lot of bad press. Has that new one come out yet? That Red Dead?
What do you mean?
Was there like a third one?
No. I'm sorry. The port.
Oh no, it just got announced this week. It's coming out, I think, in November or something like that.
November, gotcha.
But it's $50.
Because that to me then is 100% a wait and see.
Well, it's always been backwards compatibility. It's been backwards compatible on Xbox since like the 360.
Has it? Yeah.
So on Xbox Game Pass, you can play it right now. And it's up-res to 60 FPS, and it looks better, and it's always ran better on an Xbox system than it has on a PlayStation. Yeah. So this is the first time that they're going to have that port from the Xbox go over to the PlayStation side. So it's going to be play better. Because like I have a PS3 over there, and I could put up Red Dead right now, and it runs like shit.
Really?
Like even on my big TV, it runs horribly. But if you play on the Xbox, it feels better. So we're finally going to get a playable version on PlayStation, but it's $50.
That sucks.
God,
yeah.
Damn.
If only Xbox controller didn't suck.
Yeah, I agree. I love the PS5 controller. Yeah. I really do love it.
Yeah, I like my Switch, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Still a Nintendo boy.
Yeah, man. I was having a good time with the PS4. I unfortunately just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom just took over my life this year. So
yeah,
so
I'm replaying Fallen Order right now.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a great game.
I love that game.
Yeah,
I didn't like it in the beginning. I hate the map. I fucking hate
the map. Does
Yeah.
kind of suck. Yeah, it's
I had
really
a hard time with that.
The ice planet, the second planet you go to, like with the rams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I made the mistake. My first playthrough is like I stopped in the middle when I was in those caves, and then I shelved the game for like a month. Came back, tried to use that map, and I was so fucking lost. I was like, fuck this game. And I just quit playing that game for like a year, and then I finally replayed the game on PS5. I'm like, oh, this is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
but yeah, that map caused me to like say fuck this game.
Yeah, the map's kind of rough.
Yeah, but
it's just multi-leveled and it's the holographic and
it's kind of hard to gauge where you actually are.
Yeah,
where
it very is
versus where you need to be.
I mean, you can map out sort of where you need to go, but it's kind of hard to tell where you are in reference to that.
Yeah, and then also it's like, okay, you're at the end of the level or you're 3/4 of the way through the level, you took a wrong turn. It's going to take you 30 minutes to get back to your ship.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
It's like, fuck this. Like,
yeah, there should be like a fast travel option, like when you've completed your goal.
Yeah, I know the new one does. I think I haven't played the second one yet.
I haven't either because I don't have a PS5.
Yeah.
I know on you guys' show we talked about the Spider-Man 2 coming out.
Yeah, same deal.
I'm not gonna be able to play that either.
Yeah,
it looks so
and
good.
I loved both of those.
Same.
First one and Miles Morales. Those were really good games.
I love my PS5, man. I I don't regret getting that, and I mean,
Yeah.
you should be able to get more. There should be more available readily.
They're out now,
Yeah.
which has been great.
Oh, for sure. I just
it's-
I've heard they're talking about a Slim now, or a new model too.
Oh, yeah?
It's rumored
good deal.
a newer model of the PS5.
That's been an interesting thing to see, just because that period of scarcity for the system, you got to wonder how it's going to affect the traditional lifespan.
Yeah.
You know, because typically a console lifespan is somewhere between 6 and 8 years. Lately, it's been on the shorter side.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, like, would they actually wait and maybe not do a new console as soon? Because we're coming up on that time, you know.
Well, the thing about
I
it
think it's not
is,
6 years, maybe next year. If
I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree at the same point of the console generation kind of went away with the last generation. If you make, if in my opinion, because we had things like the PS4 Pro,
Yeah.
we had the Xbox Series X, we
Yeah.
had these mid-generation bumps that allowed more games to be developed even on those consoles.
yeah.
And those became the new norm like 4 years into the system or something like that. And
And
like we're getting those almost like an iPhone or an Android launch where every year there's a new system or a new kind of like bump into it.
Yeah.
And now that everything's so digitally and stuff like that, like honestly, once you put a new graphics card or you put a new bump into it, like you can keep moving the bar.
It'd be neat to see how it's going to evolve for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty close to these systems being close to just being PCs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they really are. They're just proprietary PCs at this point.
And like you say, that's kind of what the pro bump in the PS4 generation really proved.
Yeah.
Is that they can do these kind of incremental, you know, and people, the consumers at least, will be along for the ride.
Yeah, because also there's things where you can tell when developers know what system they're developing for or how they use the architecture of the system.
Yeah.
Because like there's first party games for PlayStation that you're like, how the hell do they do this on this system? Like things like back in the Uncharted on PS3 was hard to do. Like you would see like these sand levels and stuff on a PS3, and you're like, how did they fucking do this?
Yeah.
The PS4 had Horizon Zero Dawn on a stock PS4, and it ran perfectly. And I'm like, that's a huge game. It's a breathtaking game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do they like the people that were good at first party development really understood the system and made it work? Last of Us, stuff like that. I mean, there's certain games that are like way ahead of everything else on that system.
Yeah.
That's why they kind of hold up. Like that's why Last of Us, the TV show, I think was so perfect because
So fucking good.
in my mind, that game was already a movie.
Yeah.
They made that game a movie. They made that game act like you're just walking through a movie, basically.
That was a pinnacle of the road that, you know, we've been on since the beginning of Uncharted, since
Yeah.
the beginning of God of War, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, that these games that are just as much cinematic experience as they are playing experience.
Yeah. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima?
No, it looks amazing though.
Oh my God! Please play that. You can play it on PS4.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that game.
Okay.
Put it this way: if you want to know directions like GPS, you swipe the D-pad or the movement pad, and you follow the wind. The wind will pick up, and you follow the wind direction, and it moves all the flowers and stuff in the game, and that's how you GPS to go to places.
That's got a
And you can call your horse, and at the beginning of the game, you name your horse, so you have a personal
Oh.
connection to it.
Sorry.
Personal connection. Yeah.
I misheard you.
Horse.
I thought you said whores.
Horse. Oh, that comes later.
Oh, typically your horse come named. That's
Pay a little extra, and you can name them whatever you want.
It's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
You should not make.
Seabiscuit.
Do not assume that claim. That is, if we are going to speak on.
I'm just a
behalf
big
of-
Tobey Maguire fan.
If I am going to speak on behalf of sex work, we should probably say that not naming rights would not necessarily be a possibility with everyone. And
I feel like you're almost whispering.
Yeah.
you'd have
I'm just
to
gonna
go.
follow up this line that I can't be the only one that jerked off to Cider House Rules.
No, you're the only one that finished.
Oh, that movie or finished in the movie?
Yes.
I got turned on by Michael Caine.
Hey, I'm gonna make a hard pivot, but did you know that I learned
Thank you.
just yesterday that Liam
Liam.
is short for William?
No.
No shit.
No. Nope.
Like the
No,
last
it's
four
not.
letters of William
Yeah.
are Liam.
Yeah, it's not.
Look it up.
No, that's good.
Look it up. Say, is Liam short for William?
I will not. You can't make me.
Jared will, because he's my
Yeah,
friend.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
He's my real friend. I put my phone on the floor so I wouldn't be distracted.
Liam, short for William.
Man, it asked
Right?
quick. It is a diminutive of the British name William, which if you've met a
Germanic
diminutive
derived,
William,
French influence, classic
means-
English name William.
I'm
William means
42
helmet of
years
will.
old. I did not know that.
Liam owes his existence to the people of Ireland.
Well, not every one of them. I
No,
mean,
it just says who shortened Oleum, the Irish version of William.
Oleum. Oleum.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
it's-
Liam.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
UL.
song. Oh, Liam, I wish you wouldn't go to war.
So
Oh, Liam, get
That's
me
what it is.
some potato.
that makes sense now. Okay, now that makes sense though, because in Ireland the spelling of William is ULLIAM.
Yeah.
You Liam.
So they just shortened that word to Liam,
You Liam. You Liam.
and it means guardian.
So Liam Neeson is really William Neeson.
Yeah, old Billy Neese.
Billy Knees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Billy Knees for the rest
From
of my
now
life.
on. That is
Billy Knees here.
We got Johnny Legs and Billy Knees.
Yeah. That's how that works.
Oh,
And the Johnny Legs bone is connected to the William Knees bone. Yeah.
That's fun.
That's how the body works. That's,
It is how body do.
Anthony Tibia Bone. I don't know.
Tibia. Yeah. Tony Tibia.
Tony Tibia.
Hey, it's
Tony
me,
Tibbs.
Tony Tibia.
Tony Tibia.
We are sitting down here today with Tony Tibia, host of Tibia Nerd News.
As an Italian American, I find this deeply offensive.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, you
I don't care.
As a non-Italian American, I find this
can
deeply
have
erotic.
You're allowed. I'm allowed to say 3 Italian jokes per year, and I allow you.
No, you get 3 a day.
I guess you could call it per
and
capita.
yeah, you get 3 per day.
Per capita.
and I
Italian?
allow you 2 Jewish
What?
jokes
per,
a day.
per capita because it's Italian.
Per capita.
Per cap.
Per capita, per familia.
You have to do this though while you do it.
Yeah.
That's a Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. The Portobello.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi.
Scam.
Is anybody else like amazed that Miracle Worker show is still going on?
Yes.
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
Daniel Radcliffe, Steve Buscemi, and some other people have this show on TBS. It's
Yeah?
called Miracle Workers, and like every season, it's like a radically different cat. Like
On
a
the
radically
Turner Broadcasting System?
Yeah, and it's like
Wow.
Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi, and this weird like it's kind of like this like I don't know like situational comedy, but every season's like this radically different thing. Like this season's like the apocalypse, and it's like I don't know. Each one's just radically different things.
On Ted Turner's broadcast
Yeah,
system?
Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi.
You are kidding me.
Damn.
No, it's called Miracle Workers, and each one has a different theme and a different like I don't know. It's like an anthology series.
The same network that brought us Franklin and Bash? Was that TBS?
It Rizzoli and also that's TNT.
Oh, that's TNT, yeah.
TNT, same company.
Yeah, oh yeah, same guy.
Now they bring us AEW.
That's wild.
So AEW kind of is the new WCW then.
Yeah, but they actually care about their fans and they care about their wrestlers and like,
Yeah, no, well,
long-term storytelling is a big thing.
well, and even WCW kind of was a precursor to that when they were the first ones to give them like real contracts that paid them.
Yeah, but if you really look at the timelines, like, well, for some of them, like Nash and Hall made off like bandits
Right.
because they knew what their money's worth. They were ahead of their time. They were like, hey, we want millions of dollars to come over, and they were like, okay. And they were the first ones to really say like knew their worth.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, that company kind of folded because they also had creative control, and so did Hogan. You never give your top star the most money ever, and also give him complete creative control over his character.
This show looks wild.
What show?
Miracle Workers.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen clips. It looks funny,
I was like Franklin and Bash.
but each it's kind of like American Horror Story, where they use the same cast every season, but it's a different story.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
It looks like that, but nothing like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It looks fantastic.
like the one right now looks like it's like a Mad Max kind of world.
I googled Coolio. Is that
I
with
like
you?
Mad Max.
The Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. He's dead. He died in September.
yeah,
It's a shame.
that's not Coolio.
Yeah.
Of this past year?
Yeah.
I felt longer.
Now people can live.
Yeah. Because the world's different now.
People can leave Weird Al alone now.
No, well, I mean, we should not never
They-
leave
they
Weird Al
made
alone.
up.
We should
Yeah,
tell him we
they
love
made up.
him every day.
Did you guys watch the movie?
Loved it.
I love that movie.
The one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of Miracle Workers fame.
Yeah, Miracle Workers fame.
You may know him from Miracle Workers.
I mean,
It's
once he
so
and
good.
only
It's
Miracle Workers.
such a good movie.
once he made that Harry
Good
Potter
show.
movie, Daniel Radcliffe was pretty much like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Who?
Daniel Radcliffe,
No, Harry who?
Harry Potter.
Never heard of
Oh,
him.
never heard of him.
Yeah.
JK.
Yeah,
JK.
JK.
He was
not
so
real.
good in that.
Yeah.
yeah.
In Weird.
Yeah. But no, he did Swiss Army Man. Did you ever
Okay.
watch that?
No.
No, but I heard it was good.
It's good, but he's a farting corpse.
I'm gonna
It's
go.
him and Paul Dano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have never seen him in anything other than like a half dozen of those Harry Potter films. That's
Swiss
weird.
Army Man is it's like Castaway but comedy.
Okay.
Paul Dano's like trapped on an island, and Daniel Radcliffe's a dead corpse that washes up on shore, and it becomes his Wilson ball, and he just imagines like stories with this corpse of Daniel Radcliffe, and it's farting and shit like that, and it's It's hilariously wacky, but
That's amazing.
it's an amazing short like
that sounds
independent
like,
movie.
That sounds like something that's an experience.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
cinema exists.
Yeah, and it's called Swiss Army Man. Like, he even uses him like a life raft.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff.
I get that then.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen. We may have watched the trailer for that.
Probably.
Yeah.
it's worth a watch. It's pretty good.
We see so many trailers week to week that it can be very.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that I can forget stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, a lot of them leave my brain like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
day
should kind of
after.
circle back to you guys' podcast. It's kind of what we do whenever I was a big guest on your podcast. We go through the recent trailers, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
kind of our
That's because we don't always have stuff to talk about.
Right.
We're not very interesting.
How long you guys been doing this podcast?
7 years now.
yeah since 2016.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Just
Right.
How much has the facial hair changed?
I used to have full beard. Now I got mustache.
Yeah.
Hilton's been all over the place. Clean shaven, goatee, full beard.
Yeah. I just do whatever the devil commands.
This is the first mustache time. Yeah, whatever devil tells me.
This one I fought with him over this for years. He's like mustache. And I was like, no, devil, no.
We launched our
no,
podcast.
no, Lord Satan.
I think 2 weeks before Trump got elected.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very wild time.
Coincidence?
To start a podcast and then be like, let's try not to talk about politics.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. And then everything changed and got really fucking weird for.
Well, and
for
we're like,
us
we're
and
a
all
pop
of our
culture
friends.
show, but
Yeah.
it bleeds over so often
Yeah.
that it's hard sometimes to avoid it altogether.
Yeah.
And that was the thing we had to navigate pretty much immediately. And we were like, fuck.
It's like, what's going to be the cold open to SNL this week? I wonder what it's going to be.
Exactly. yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, we started back then.
So much of entertainment reflects the mood of the day.
Yeah.
You know, what's happening outside your
Art
door.
imitates life and such.
Well, I mean, are you guys scared for content as far as the strikes going on now, or you're going to run out of trailers soon?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll find something to replace it in
Start
the
going to
meantime
Bollywood?
if we need to. You know,
Dude, you guys should start reviewing Bollywood trailers.
Well,
I was actually thinking we could maybe do like trailers for old weird movies, but I know that like one of the things with the strike now is they're trying to avoid promoting movies and even old movies because that people go watch it, that money goes to the studio.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a tough thing. I mean, especially with our show, it's like, do we just avoid movies for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully what happens is the studios get their shit together and pay people what they're worth.
And what's nice too is we really touch on all entertainment topics. So you know,
Yeah.
there's always what's happening in the world of music. You know, there's always what's
Video
happening
games.
in the headlines of because talking about the strike. You know, good lord, you know what's his name? Stephen Amell from
Stephen Amell?
Arrow.
Yeah.
He'll
Oh my
give
God.
us talking points for the rest of our fucking
Did
lives.
you see
know?
that the cast of Parks and Rec, including Lil Sebastian, came to the picket line this week?
Nice.
Well, that's the thing too is because they've been doing AI fucking animals for years and we've been allowing it and you know there's a lot of good animals. Do you imagine how many animals would have
Are
been
out of work?
because of in Jumanji? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, I think you got to stay alive more than 10 years to get residuals.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I
okay. Well, maybe true, but you know,
an argument can be made that a lot of AI animals
stunt double
exist
for Finding
because
Nemo.
because of things like Milo and Otis.
No. I want to see a real lion running
Get
next
thrown
to
off a cliff.
real elephant charging
You better
through
throw
a house.
You better throw 8
because of
real cats
Jumanji.
off a cliff so I
It's
can
like,
get the
what was
shot.
that movie or what was that show on HBO back in the day that was about horse races that got ended like in one season because of all the animal abuse?
Oh yeah, it was
It's like Downey Line, or it was like a drama at the horse races. It was supposed to be like fucking. It was like Yellowstone.
Dustin Hoffman was in it.
Yeah.
right? yeah,
They
yeah.
had these
I can't
big
remember what it
people.
was called.
But it was a big deal on HBO. It's going to be a big series. It only lasted one season because
the
PETA went
horses
nuts.
were
Yeah,
just
the
like, no,
horses died on
You've
set.
killed too many horses.
Yeah.
Which is really not the tagline you want for your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
you don't want your show to be
Eldorado,
like, if you're gonna
you've-
make a horse show, you're gonna have some dead horses in it.
Yeah.
Coming this fall, El Dorado, you've killed too many horses. You know, it's not.
That production was glued together.
Yo, stop
Season 1 available on Max.
horsing around.
Right as you said that, I looked up and I noticed the Peacemaker figure above you. That
Oh, I got
show
a Peacemaker. Look
was
at that.
fucking phenomenal.
love yeah.
Christopher.
I have the Suicide Squad up there. And
Nice.
the
Oh
DC
yeah,
stuff.
see Harley. Who else we got
Yeah.
up there? Who else from the squad is up there? Who's that?
See, that's the one good Wonder Woman you can get.
Oh, okay. Oh
Polka
yeah, is
Dot
that
Man,
the
King
McFarlane?
Shark, yeah.
King Shark back there, yeah.
Oh, look at that King Shark. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking cool.
Yeah. I've been reading that Peacemaker comic that DC's putting out called Peacemaker Tries Hard.
Yeah.
It's a real good book. That's written with John Cena's Peacemaker in mind.
Nice.
Yeah, it's written with that kind of tone, that kind of humor. It's not. It's clearly because there's a little bit that's off, and I feel like that's making sure that it also meets whoever the character is in the comics right now.
Yeah.
And it's finding a nice middle ground. I think that for me, as someone who only comes, despite being a DC Comics fan, really only knows that character through the show. It's working for me very, very well.
It's kind of how I feel. We talked off camera about the Harley Quinn cartoon on Max.
Yeah.
I adore this show. I'm on season 3 now. Spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil it too much or anything, but James Gunn actually is himself on season 3.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
shit.
So when he
Okay.
became over to DC, he's also a character in Harley Quinn playing
That's
himself.
awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
That's a fun turn.
And
I haven't started season 3 yet.
and it's very
Yeah, it's
in
good.
character. It's very James Gunn-ish. Like there's even nods of, like whenever he's doing dialogue on his movie, he's like, "Oh, just insert some random like rock and roll tracks here," stuff like that. He's making fun of himself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's fucking awesome. I love that.
And season 4 just started, I think.
Yes,
Yeah, which I haven't watched yet.
There's only like 5 episodes out. Yeah, they're doing it
Okay.
weekly. Also, Nightwing's in it, and Nightwing is my favorite DC character.
Nice.
I love Dick Grayson. I love Nightwing.
Yeah.
And do you guys ever watch What We Do in the Shadows?
A little bit. I'm watching season 1 slowly.
I've only seen the movie.
The guy that plays Guillermo, the servant, he's
yeah.
Nightwing,
Okay.
and it's a very interesting
Okay.
take on
Okay.
Nightwing, where he's like
down for
trying very. He's like, I'm equal to Batman. I am just as good as Batman, and he's like trying to prove himself that he's an adult now.
Yeah, their ways that they kind of infantilize the heroes has been interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think it's worked to varying
And Joker
degrees.
too. Joker has got this weird twist. I'm not gonna spoil anything because you guys need to watch it. But season 3 has some weird twists with Joker.
Yeah. The Joker stuff in 3 was good.
Clayface is great,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clayface is really funny.
and then Ron Funches as King Shark.
Yep.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk who does Joker and Clayface.
Yep.
Alan Two Dicks.
Yeah, 2 dicks. Which is funny
Which is-
because
yeah.
they've been joking that about King Shark having 2 dicks throughout the whole series.
Yeah. Well, and it's just nice for Alan too, because that and the cool voice work job. Like he's
Yeah.
just got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
I just love that he kind of got typecast as King. No, not that's Ron Funches as Shark. I was gonna say he was the pirate in Dodgeball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Steve the pirate.
Honestly, anytime I do a pirate voice, that's what I hear in my head.
Steve R.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve the pirate. Aren't they making a Dodgeball too?
I don't know.
Everything.
I mean,
I
not
would-
right
I'm
now.
sure.
No,
unless-
not right now.
Ben Stiller does like money, so I'm
Yeah.
sure there is.
Well, I can guarantee we're not going to get a Tropic Thunder 2.
Yeah, although honestly, I think if anything would get a pass, man, because that's the one that you still see people like on a hill dying for.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
okay with not having another one.
Oh, for sure. I just don't think it's a top topic that needs to be touched on.
I think it's kind of like this little nugget of time, kind of like the American Pie movies where like they didn't hold up to the test of time as far as like you watch them now with these lenses, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's problematic as fuck.
Yeah, it's problematic as fuck, but for the time and stuff like that, like I still remember, oh my God, there's 2 movie moments like going to theaters where I remember vividly actually being in theaters, like the experience of with like the crowd.
Yeah.
The first one of them was Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
And experiencing that with both times are very similar because they're racially I want to talk about it. Django Unchained and Tropic Thunder both have some racial things in the movie.
Some.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Once
But
or twice.
the
you
One,
get a
experience-
little
one slightly more than the other.
It was like watching a 4D movie because every time something would happen that was racial, every white person in the crowd would stop, look to see if any black people were laughing.
Oof.
Is it okay? Okay, now we can laugh too. And then it's just like this experience where there's this awkward transition where people are like, is it okay to laugh? Can we laugh?
Yeah.
Is it awkward? And then if black people were laughing, okay, everybody else laughed. And I was like, this is fucking weird. Like both times it happened at Django and at Tropic Thunder.
Man.
It's just fucking Oklahoma.
I still haven't seen Django, but I'm not super into Tarantino either.
Oh,
so
really?
It's just not a big draw.
Not in the feet.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. You know. That's
I will say that one had probably the fewest amount of feet
Yeah.
per capita.
It was low
if any.
feet, low feet per capita.
Per capita.
Per capita. Per capita.
Hey.
Well, on that, I think we're about a little bit over an hour, guys. What else did you like to talk about before we wrap it up?
Nothing.
Hilton's like about to pass
Oh, I
out.
did have a
Yeah, I
third
know.
question.
Yeah.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah.
Who framed Roger Rabbit? The Easter Bunny.
That's a good one.
What's your take?
Either that or that Cadbury fucking.
Did I have a third question?
I think they got it right. Judge Doom did it.
Judge Doom did it.
Yeah. Which underrepresented DC hero do you think needs their own movie?
Ooh.
With the heater at the end.
Martian Manhunter.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, for real.
Martian Manhunter and Vision are two of my favorite characters too. You can see they're very similar.
Yeah,
DC and
they
Marvel
are
counterparts.
Yep.
I love guys that can phase through walls and stuff like that. I also like my favorite Marvel
That's
character.
a good fucking answer. The more I think about it.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with that. Like I was
Yeah.
like, that's honestly what made me watch the Supergirl show on CW. It's because they had Martian Manhunter on. I was like, okay, I'm a big John Johns guy.
Yeah. Was
Or
he
John
done,
Jones.
How was he done well on that show?
No.
That sucks. You know what I watched? What I've been watching recently is the first season, and I already know the behind-the-scenes changes that are happening in the newest season. But Superman and Lois.
Really? Is it good?
I'm enjoying it. It's I'm going in with very low expectations. It's a CW show.
Yeah.
It's Superman on the farm being a dad. But everything they've done so far, I've enjoyed. The two kids that play the boys, I've actually found their story engaging.
Has Fox News gone nuts about one of them being bisexual yet?
Oh, is one of them bisexual?
In the comics, he is.
Even better. That's great. Oh, John, of course. Yeah. John is bisexual in the comics. Yeah.
And Fox News goes nuts about it.
Oh yeah. No,
I would
Of course.
Before we go, I would highly recommend. You're a DC guy.
well, I'm a Marvel DC guy. I'm big on IDW's Turtles, man. I'm a comics guy, man.
Well, on Max they put out a history of DC. It's like 3 episodes.
Oh yeah.
It's like called like it's like I can't remember what it's called, but James Gunn. It's basically a documentary, and it's done by Rosario Dawson as the narrator.
Oh, cool.
And it goes through the creation of Action Comics all the way to present, and it doesn't hide behind the racism, the homophobia, anything. It goes everything.
Nice.
It even talks about like their failings with like the Snyderverse and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like it's 3 episodes, and it's basically like James Gunn was probably like, okay, we need to get a refresher course so everybody kind of catches the speed of what DC's been through.
Yeah.
And it goes through all the comics, it goes through all the movies, everything. I highly recommend it. It's 3 episodes, like 3 hours.
Oh, right on.
And it's on Max, and it's phenomenal. And it's a good primer for what's to come.
He's got to be essentially on a tour right now of trying to reshape and reintroduce DC to people.
Yeah.
And on one hand, I could see where a lot of people are getting upset about it because it's kind of erasing some of what's come before. I get it. I feel your pain. But for people who are like, what is this? What's the appeal of this?
Yeah.
They've been semi-curious. There is no better time to jump on.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this is about. It goes through all the stages of like when they had Flashpoint and they had like the New 52, and they're basically throughout this anthology. You watch this 3 hours. It talks about how like DC's constantly relaunching itself and kind of making a new launching point for people, and that's what we're in now. Is we're in a transitional phase, and like this is the next launching off point, like just what you talked about.
I bet there's some nitpicky stuff, but I bet just simply why not watch something like this just because this is what they want you to know going forward.
Dude, they even go into like the Bill Finger, like the Kirby, like the rights issues. They go, they go into.
I thought you said Bowfinger.
Oh no, Bill Finger. Bill Finger's a great movie.
But you did say
I was like, why tip into that? All right.
But they go through like the rights issues.
You
They
said the magic word to me, which is Kirby.
That's they
my
bring in
guy.
Stan Lee. They talk about Marvel. They go back and forth and give Marvel their props in this thing.
That's cool.
Like it's actually a really cool documentary. I really recommend it.
Nice. I will watch it.
Especially if you're just a fan of DC. It even talks about like the animation boom in the 90s of the animated series, and it just goes through all of that.
Nice.
I just rewatched The Killing Joke.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't like the animated series.
That's the one that has the shoehorned Barbara Bruce
love story.
relationship,
Yeah, I
which
didn't
is-
like that
Which
part.
is weird. Just
It was
because
weird.
He's supposed to be a mentor. He's not.
Well, they
supposed
took
to
a
be
short run of comics and they turned it, make it into an 1.5-hour movie, and like there's not a lot of material in that story. It's a very short story.
Yeah.
I did love that animated series.
Yeah.
Though.
The Justice League Doom movie is very good. If you want to watch a good Martian Manhunter story or something like that, it's a genius movie. I don't know if you ever read The Tower of Babel.
I was gonna say, is that Bruce with the plans to take everybody down?
Are you familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
No,
I'm not as deep of a comic.
So the
guy.
Tower of Babel is a famous comic in Justice League, basically, and they changed it to Justice League Doom. And the story is basically a villain hijacks the Batcomputer, and Batman has a contingency plan for everything. So if any member of the Justice League ever went down, he has a plan to take them down. And the villain's gonna hold all those plans and put them all in motion at once.
Oh shit!
And they take down all the Justice League at once. And it's with Batman's plans, and then the Justice League doesn't trust Batman because they're like, "You had plans for all of us," and he's like, "Yeah, I prepare for everything."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm the only human."
It's like, of course I have plans.
And it has the best moment ever in any animated series I've ever seen with Batman is the ending. The ending of that movie is like they all survive and stuff, and now they all don't trust Batman because he had these plans behind their back, and they're all like, well, we don't really trust you. You shouldn't do this again. He's like, I'm not apologizing. He's basically like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
He's like, you're a fucking alien. You're a goddess. We have Green Lantern. We have the Flash.
Typical billionaire.
I'm a fucking billionaire fucking guy with fucking gadgets.
Yep.
If one of you guys goes rogue, you fucking cripple the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, I got to have a plan. Like,
He's a little extreme.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's down in that.
Well, God,
Hashtag defund the Batman.
defund the Batman.
Right? It's too much. It's bat fascism.
Fucking Bat Lives Matter.
Yeah. Well,
No.
Gotham lives matter.
Yeah, Gotham Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's left of them. Just don't take them to any gymnastics lessons.
That poor town.
Trapeze artists.
Yeah, no circus.
Yeah, no circus.
Was it the circus?
Even the fucking district attorney's toothpaste.
That's true.
Hey!
That's just the industry. Yeah. Jared, thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. I guess we got to wrap up now. We've been going for quite a while. Yeah. Where can everybody find you guys at?
Opinions Like A-Holes. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on every podcast app you can possibly think of, whether it's if you're still on Stitcher for however many days they got left over there.
True.
2 weeks.
If you're on Spotify, Apple, if you're on Amazon, you can find us. Just search Opinions Like A-Holes. We do Facebook posts for the new episodes and the old episodes.
Yeah.
And you can also just search OLA Ministries,
Yeah.
and it'll help you find any of the other shows that we have.
Yeah, on olaministries.com. We've got
OLAministries.com.
shows about news, shows about comics, shows about just stories from back in the day. You know,
We got a
all
show
sorts
about
of weird-
Tremors.
Yeah,
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah, a show that's all about just watching your favorite TV shows.
Nice,
So,
man. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining and coming into Bartlesville for me.
Yeah. Thanks for having us,
It's
man.
nice to have you guys on this couch, and then I did an episode of you guys's.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go and listen to that episode. It's great. Had
Yeah.
a fun time on you guys' set.
Yeah, we got that one just a couple weeks back, a couple episodes back. You know,
Yeah.
not
I
too
wish I
long.
could remember what it was called off the top of my head now.
Piss jar guy.
Piss
Piss Jar Guy.
It's
That's
Piss
right.
Jar
Good
Guy.
one. Yep. Man.
Yep.
Yep. I was like the next day, you're like, it'll be available in 24 hours. Okay. I looked at it, I was like, piss jar guy. I was like, perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, you are not the piss.
No.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, I am
he's
not
not the
none
titular
of us
piss
are
jar
the
guy.
Piss
Yeah.
jar guy in question. He is someone else, someone of legend.
Yeah. Sorry to let you guys down.
Yeah.
Someone that Leonardo DiCaprio played in a film.
Yeah, that's exactly. There it is. Yeah.
That is the piss jar guy.
Yep.
Piss jar guy.
Well, on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming on to the couch.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was fun.
Guys, this has been Unloading Meat. This is Hilton Price,
Where?
Michael Zampino. This camera right there. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen. Peace.
Unloading the meat. 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 Unloading the meat.